Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance, and we are joined by Judy Chu. She is a member of the United States Congress, and I'd like to speak with you about the issue of immigration. I think a lot of folks were excited at a certain level, those that were undocumented, about the president's executive action. It was supposed to go into effect recently, but just as that date was coming up, a court in Texas ruled the executive action unconstitutional, done improperly. What's your sense of the machinations on this issue?
Well, I can tell you that so many people in the community were disappointed by that decision. And it created a lot of chaos because those that were planning to apply were unsure about what to do. Mm-hmm. But what I've gone around is telling them that this temporary injunction is just that, right. Temporary.
Right. Do you believe that? Do you believe that the law is on the side of the executive branch in this case?
I very much believe that the law is on the president's side. In fact, the White House attorneys vetted every single aspect of that executive action. And some things that we wanted in there, they said it won't hold up to legal muster. So I know that they really looked at it very, very carefully, and I believe he is definitely within his purview.
But what's notable in this matter, you look at the case coming out of Texas, which is known for its more conservative bent, going to the Fifth Circuit, also known for its conservative bent, and then to the Supreme Court, which is unpredictable. And so when you see that legal landscape in front of you as a supporter of this policy, are you scared that the court could affirm?
Well, he actually did not rule, this judge, on the content of the issue. He actually ruled on the procedures. He thought that the president should have followed this administrative procedural act and had hearings and public comment and all that. So it remains to be seen what what people will say with regard to the content.
I understand. So where do you go from here? Where do supporters of immigration reform go from here? Even aside from the legal case, I would presume a legislative remedy would be your preference.
Absolutely. I think a comprehensive immigration reform bill, such as what we tried to do for the last 2 years, is truly the best solution. However, given that that is not going to happen within the next 2 years, certainly, we are working hard to make sure that the president's executive action is upheld. And in the meantime, we are going all across the community to all the residents who could apply to say, get your documents ready. Right. Get ready for the moment at which there is a go-ahead to proceed with the application.
At the same time, you know, over the summer there was the challenge of many young coming to our borders. It's unclear as to whether they were getting word that now's the time to come because there's an amnesty program. Query whether that's the case, but be that as it may, how do we balance this desire for legal immigration with the desire to help those that are in this country today?
Well, in the case of those unaccompanied minors, I do think that there was some misinformation given to them that somehow they would be just accepted somehow, and maybe that it was a certain grouping of people that, you know, smugglers perhaps, that was telling them that. So the real question is, what about the 11 million that are here in the shadows already, that are integrated into our system and not likely to be booted out and already part of our workforce? Well, they deserve to come out of the shadows, and actually our economy benefits as a result.
So do you see action at all during this Congress, or is the issue just completely gridlocked?
Well, I do hope the executive action is upheld. That would be a great source of relief to 5 million people.
Her name is Judy Chu. She's a member of the U.S. Congress. My name is Brad Pomerance. It's Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.